Guys, welcome back to the channel. You're gonna love this one. It's another one of the What Are You Seeing series. This is on the SideVu. It's gonna be really awesome. A lot better with the labels. I think you're gonna love this one. Really beautifully clear video. And don't forget about the Red Crest Cup giveaway. Just something fun we're doing. And if this goes good, we might start doing this on every single bass or MLF tournament. I think that'd be fun. We'll change it up with some stuff and giving away, but let's get into this video. And guys, don't forget, visit the vendors or the sponsors of the 10,000 giveaway. I mean, we're climbing, we're 3,000 away now. This thing is exploding. We're getting bigger and bigger. We're working on some other stuff. Can't say I'm gonna get it, but I am working on some other things. So let's get into the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and pick a Red Crest winner. It has to be done before first cast. Which is today. So if you ain't got it in, you probably not gonna get it in. But let's go. All right, guys, we're back with another SideVu. Gonna have the labels again, but next week we're gonna kick it up even another notch. We're gonna have live video side by side with the SideVu. You can see it even better. I pointed out that fish. I circled it, just something to get us going. Now, what we got here on the left is 3 cypress trees. Now, I've talked in videos before about hard bottoms and soft bottoms. And this time of year in the spawn, a hard bottom is what these fish are looking for. They don't look for that mud bottom. You can see it very clearly in one of those 3 trees, the hard bottom. You can also see it on this tree on the right. Look at the tree and look at that hard bottom, a larger area. I mean, we're talking about 7 or 8 foot circle around that tree. That's a great spawning tree, and that's a great tree that they'll hold on all times of the year. So those things are very important to look at. And when you see those trees, hey, make a mental note of them, even throw a waypoint down, and you'll see a difference. Now, this one isn't labeled, but look at this tree on the right. That's 2 trees stacked, small one in front, one in back. Not as hard of a bottom, not that good hard return. But now you look on the left here and you see a couple fish. These are just random fish out there, but it's good to be able to see fish, recognize fish, because when you're say side imaging a point or a ledge, and then you see these same returns, you'll know, hey, that's some fish, that's what we're looking at. Here's another cypress tree. And this is a good cypress tree with a good hard bottom. But I want you to take note, and I put a magnification around it. You see that right there? See that little tic-tac looking thing with the shadow behind it? Yep, that's a fish. That's what we're looking for. Now, when I see that on the side imaging, a lot of times I'm going to make sure that I'm looking at it with my perspective mode on my Livescope, or I probably would have already seen it. But these are just interesting things to see. The more you see these things, the more you recognize them. That way, the more you can learn from them and then apply them to your situations. Now, this is 6.5 foot water. I mean, we're scanning out 80 feet in 6.5 foot of water. That is pretty good coverage there. And that's what, I mean, you can do this while you're fishing. A lot of times I'll just turn it on and let it record. And then I'll get back to the house and review things. And then you learn from looking back. Hey, because when I go fishing, I like to look at the videos that I make. I like to look at the side views that I make, the perspective mode. I'm trying to learn every single time out there. Here's 3 more cypress trees. The one on the left, soft bottom. The one on the right, it's got the good hard bottom. Didn't see a fish on it, but that's not what you're not always going to see the fish. He can be hiding around the back of the tree in the shadow, or it's something like that. Now, this right here is a stump and the actual tree that broke off and fell. It kind of, must have been a rotted tree, probably already waterlogged. And when it fell down, it fell right there. You can tell that's a stump because the shadow doesn't go all the way off the screen. It's a relatively short shadow. So that tree probably broke off right at the surface, or 4 or 5 foot. It probably ain't that tall. But what we're going to look at next is, coming up on the right is an isolated grass patch. These are awesome things, especially in the summertime. You're going to see it coming up here. When you find an isolated patch of grass in the summertime, that will hold big fish. I mean, it's just it's just like a magnet for fish. Before we get there, we look at another cypress tree here. I didn't label every cypress tree. I don't want the whole thing filled up with labels. Good hard bottom, good return around that cypress tree. But here we are on the right. Look at this isolated grass patch. And I'm going to point it out here. There it is. That is a perfect place in the summertime. Sometimes that'll grow to the surface, sometimes not. But that is a perfect place, if you know where it's at, to go over the top of, say, early in the morning with a topwater, whopper plopper, even a spinnerbait between the surface, and you can pick off a good fish because it's so isolated. But pay attention to these little tiny tic tacs that I have circled here. That's a little small school of crappie, not very big, but you know, not every one of them's going to be big. But you know, when you see those, they're hard to see. I mean, let's be honest. That was a hard to see little school of crappie. You really got to look for it. But when you learn to see these things, remember, we can just learn from them, and then the next time we see something very similar, you go, hey, you know what, those are you know, crappie, so we'll know that. And you know, I just like to look at these things, and I think you learn from each and every time you go out. And I learn because I go, like I said, I'll go back and look, and you know, every time and analyze these things. And a lot of times, and not on here, but I will mark, if I catch a tree on a, let's say, you know, if I catch a fish and I see it on the Livescope, I'll mark it on my Livescope because that will correspond to that GPS waypoint will go back and be on my map, and then I can kind of go back and see which trees are marked and which trees I've caught fish on, and I can start to concentrate on those trees individually. If I'm in a tournament, I may concentrate on the high percentage trees and skip those other trees. If I'm just regular fishing, you know, I'm not doing that. But you know, a lot of interesting things in here. You see these big dents in the bottom. I personally don't know what they are. I think they're probably stump holes.
I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be doing some different stuff here too. I'm going to be recording dual screens where I'm comparing side view and perspective mode of the same things at the same time. So you'll be getting to see some side view stuff and some perspective mode stuff, and kind of seeing the difference in the two. Yes, we know side view is more clear. Perspective mode shows live. There are trade-offs and there are bonuses to each, and I think that you'll like what you see. And I learn a lot after I get off the lake. I go back and look at it and learn a lot after I get off the lake. So hey guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and you know, ring the bell. Oh, and check this out. I want to announce something. If you watch to the end, you'll know. I'm offering some hats. I decided to go down the hats instead of the shirts. Shirts were just so expensive, and it was going to be very, very hard to get everybody's sizes and get everything made. The shirt designs, they were coming in at $20, $25, just depending on the quality of the shirts. So I have ordered some hats. I'm doing a 15 hat first run, 3 different colors, blue and a navy, like a light blue and a navy, charcoal and white, and then neon yellow and black. It'll be this hat, very similar to this hat, just like that, but it's going to have the Double G logo on it. I think you'll love it. And they're going to be, if I got to ship, it'll be $25, $20 if you buy them from me, if you see me. I'm going to do 15. I'm going to keep one for myself and sell 14 more. And don't forget, we're donating to St Jude's from these hats. So buy them up, and as soon as they come out, I'll have the official announcement. But if you want to secure one, they're going to go fast. I'm pretty sure I've got people that have asked for them for a while now. We finally secured what we're doing. They are on order. They'll be in about a week and a half, and then they will ship very soon afterwards. So guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll say it again, ring the bell.